Since the indictment, Trump has raised $8 million. So the base is emptying its pockets for him. He's building a bigger fighting fund off the back of this. Is this going to blow back in the faces of the Democrats?
Good to be with you, Jeff. Well, I mean, I would say, you know, the indictment is going to have uneven effects, and it's pretty clear, I think, already that it's juicing his numbers among his supporters. You know, 4 out of 5 Republicans buy into Trump's claim that he's being framed, that it's and this is only going to reinforce support among Republican primary voters, and you're seeing that in the numbers, the fundraising numbers that you mentioned. But I think, you know, there's another electorate here, and that really matters, and that's the independent voters who voted against Trump in 2020. And it's hard for me to see how yesterday's decision is going to make them more likely to support Trump. I think, if anything, it will reinforce their concerns about his suitability for the presidency. So, you know, it's one of these, this decision, the indictment doesn't have a kind of constant, even effect. It breaks differently. Of course, the Democrats, it's reinforcing opposition to Trump and will juice the numbers on the other side. But I think the key constituency or the key voting bloc to watch here are the independent voters.
Peter, let me continue down this line of thought. There is a view circulating that the Democrats actually want this to galvanize support for former President Trump and secure his nomination from the Republican Party, because they want Trump to run against the Democrats in the general election, because at this point, the polls suggest that he wouldn't win if he was up against the Democrats. And to your point about the independents, I saw one poll out over the weekend that over 60% of independents agree with the indictment, suggesting that this is not going to turn any of those independents into Trump supporters. What do you think of that view, that the Democrats actually want this to elevate Trump's standing?
Yeah, I mean, I think from the Democrats' standpoint, I mean, if we're just kind of like running this politically, playing it out politically, I think this, you know, it serves their interests. It freezes the Republican field. I mean, DeSantis is losing momentum during this. It's very hard for them, Republicans, to figure out how to position themselves, potential Republican candidates. And I think the betting among Democrats, which I think is a safe bet, is that Donald Trump can't win the popular vote. Doesn't mean he can't win the Electoral College. He proved that in 2016. But it does, it makes it harder. I mean, I would say, though, you know, it's important, I think, to kind of put the New York indictment in a larger context. I mean, a lot is really going to depend on whether this is the first, I think, of multiple indictments, whether the prosecutors in Atlanta and in the Justice Department follow with indictments in those cases. And arguably this case, this indictment makes it more likely that those will occur, because they've broken the taboo that you guys mentioned at the top of this segment, that, you know, it's the first time that a former president has been indicted. But so I think kind of, you know, that the politics of this are likely to be shaped by these other cases, you know, the more damaging investigations really that are still outstanding.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.